Alright, guys, time for another video. I'm gonna go ahead and do a video about, since I'm hearing this shit on the TV news still, and there's some other YouTubers doing it, the stupid ass controversy about the lifting of mask mandates and why some people all. There was other YouTubers doing silly videos on how they lifted the mandates, and you've got these other crazy fanatics that don't want the mandates to ever go away, and they're still wearing masks. Which I see it on YouTube. It's plain silly, but it's like ridiculous. I even said before in videos when the mask shit was going on, I thought it was fucking ridiculous, but I'm the kind of person inclined to go halfway with people, to be fair. For the reason being that I've worked many jobs on some of those agencies that get sent on assignment, a factory here and there. Some are pushing broom, places that manufacture bottled water. Things that you do like drywall, cement factory where you should wear a mask anyway, whether they enforce it or make you or not, because you can get. I've been around that shit anyway, where like say just people don't enforce wearing earplugs, but you may want to save your ears because it'll catch up with you later. Same thing. So since I was used to doing that anyway, place that manufactured bottled water, I had to wear a covering over my head and wear a mask and then wear rubber gloves too. And then places doing drywall, some people do and they don't. If the boss doesn't make you do it, you kind of should, because it'll make you cough and everything else too. So since I was already disciplined like that anyway, I was willing to give people half if I have to stand in line next to somebody. And there was a point where if I ever took public transportation or was shoulder to shoulder with anybody, there was people maybe you don't want them breathing on you anyway. Then, right when you're halfway walking out the door, like when you're still in a store just to be a dork and there's nobody around. Say you're a bunch of feet from the door, just take the mask right off anyway. I was like that. But anyway, there was these even when the mask stuff was in force, like I moved to this new town, you almost wish that you can be a ghost and heckle at people, because you don't want to start shit like and be a dork and old people telling their friends like stare or make fun, but different people, two girls in a park or some dude or a couple dudes, like different age group, in a freaking park with nobody around, and they're walking around town with a damn mask. That's ridiculous. But then you hear about like places like cities where people are walking on the street on the way somewhere shoulder to shoulder. Maybe you may want to, just in case. But you got this far in this video, tell you a story like I did volunteer work during the holidays and stuff. I'm a little incident I still laugh about. Even it wasn't this past holiday where I did, but since my line of work, I can do whatever, collect whatever I'm allowed to collect during the wintertime, like a lot of people, even high level contractors, do to make more money than I'll ever see. Some of them, not all of them, do that. Collect whatever you can in the wintertime, and then use the time and do volunteer work in the wintertime. Well, not this past holiday season of Christmas time, but the one before that, like the first year I moved to this town, laughing my ass off because I'm outside. It's my little stuffed animal display or whatever the hell. Some YouTubers like it, some people don't, but I got a following of it here, different than begging people money and ringing a stupid freaking bell in people's ear. I tend to have a tendency there to side with the people. They're annoyed, they don't want a bell being ring real loud in their face. I even saw on social media a long time ago. But anyway, not this season, but the season like before that. Not this past one, but the one before that. I gotta laugh. Okay, say there's people selling Christmas trees like over here, right? I'm standing my shit all the way. I'm like, back here in the corner of the vending machines, my stuff. And this old man over there is like, he's like probably 12 or more feet away from me. He's nowhere damn near me. I'm outside, okay? Who the hell needs to wear a mask outside? I don't know if I was doing any of that shit in some kind of mall or place where there's people walking real close by me. I could see. I didn't do Walmart this year. This was a different store, and I was able to walk to. But anyway, he goes, "Oh, you're not wearing a mask. You're making me uncomfortable." And I'm polite. I don't swear at him. I'm like, dude, you're all the way over here, and you're all the way over there, and I'm all the way over here. And he just gives me his dirty look. I actually think that he was being a dick. You know, he sees some dude with some long hair standing out in the cold and doing shit for charity, and it hurts his self-esteem because he can't or won't do it. And because I'm outside. It's not like some store where a big giant crowd, they don't got much place to walk, and they're walking right by me. Like some places, like maybe a Walmart, a mall, that's different. But like common sense, you're going all the way back here, and if some people want to come to the kettle, they do it. So yeah, he goes and yeah, my boss, the captain comes and tells me. He goes, and mind you too, if you got this far in this video, my boss already wasn't going to do shit about it. You know why? Because I did the shit, and I will do it again in the next holiday season, which will come before you damn know it, for free. I do. That's what. This is if you're black or white watching this, that maybe you swear a little bit on YouTube or have views of different kinds. Like I myself, I have my own views, and I'll just to be spiteful in a way and look for black YouTubers that have closer to my point of view rather than sucking up to this other shit going on. And so I had, in charity work, I had bosses both black and white. And if you're, okay, the point to this video is, say, if you want to do volunteer work later in the holidays later, or maybe something like summer, like guess, working for food banks, you'd have to be next to people. It's different. It kind of invitation, no matter who you are, do something for the poor and the people that don't get enough to eat and stuff like that. If you're watching this and you hear issues about the masks and all that shit, that's like something I wanted to give a little tip to you, flaunt to you too. I didn't have to worry about somebody just being a dork or being a dickhead because I had long hair and doing something, like I said, nowhere near me. One good tip to get out of it, and you can practically laugh about it, says, yeah, like I said, my one boss says, just, yeah, somebody was complaining and all that, but he didn't reprimand me any kind of way. He just says, kind of, do this with the mask if you see people to make sure. But they pretty much knew that the guy was probably thinking some long-haired hippie or whatever that he don't like, and he's going to get me fired, which wasn't going to happen. I had to kind of laugh because you want to prevent people from doing that or get canceled, do the shit totally for free. And I can do a whole video on whether you're black or white. You want to spite the world. You want to be spiteful to the world in some good ways, whether you're black or white. That's the way to do it. And don't listen to. I had a laugh about Google saying about how many people in Salvation Army regular kettle workers what they make. Google is a total. I don't want to say it's a lie. According to people's locations or whatever, maybe they have different programs or something. No, I didn't get nowhere near that. You know what I mean? When I was basically giving up and doing for free in my area, they didn't call it wages because we had a thing a lot of us had where you don't got to pay taxes. They call it a meal reimbursement. And get like maybe about, say, barely $150 every dang week if you did it like totally, if you showed up every day, totally 6 days a week except for Sunday. They don't do it on Sundays. So the reason why I'm saying this, I don't want to act like extra valor, give myself no extra valor because Google says so. And matter of fact, depending on where you're at, that's all we get. You didn't get no buku bucks. So I didn't want to go saying I was giving up more than I was, but I totally did it for free. And in my area, I was giving up maybe about $150 or so. That's what it was. That's what you get. Nothing more than that in my area. They call it meal reimbursement, so that you didn't have to pay taxes on it. Anybody else in the area um, that they're saying Google wages and you get paid minimum wage? I don't want to say it's a lie. I don't know because I'm not in that area. Somebody wanted to tell me in comment, go ahead. So I don't want to say it's a lie, but I'm saying in my area, I don't know where Google is getting this shit, but there you go. But anyway, the whole point of my story, bringing it up in the masks, and you know how well, if you're still with me in this video, that I want to say that at a more appropriate time, but I don't know. It's like you don't want to be talking shit like that, during a holiday and making YouTube videos like that would be ruining somebody's holiday, so to speak. But when the mask shit on the news kept coming up, I just want to share a little story about volunteer work, that way. You can give me the story where some asshole, while I'm outside, okay, during the holiday, and I'm way away from him, he's not even walking anywhere near me. I said, dude, you're out here doing trees. I'm not in the store. And store manager didn't give a shit either. Because when I went in his store, I kind of like partially followed the rules. Once in a while, I conveniently forget to put it on, you know what I mean? I had the temporary executive bathroom privileges for their restroom in here at the same time because people give me coffee. But I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully nobody will reinstitute masks because of another variant or a variation again and all that stuff. But if they do and you decide to do volunteer work, my tip for you, what you're getting out of this video, what I want you to get out of this video, whether you're black or white watching, and you're outside doing it, and somebody wants to say, oh, you're not wearing a mask, you're making me uncomfortable. If you do the shit for free, and somebody thinks that they're some kind of mask fanatic wants to get you fired in volunteer work and all that, my whole purpose to this video is saying, if you do this shit for free, and somebody wants to get you, nobody's gonna damn fire you. You can laugh in their face in a way, or you don't want to be unprofessional while you're out there, but you can kind of smicker when they walk away and be like, well, nobody's going to do shit to you if you do the shit for free. Which I hear was a lot of other reasons. I don't want to make a long-ass video, but I told a lot of my followers before, even people on YouTube don't like me for whatever reason. That's what makes me better than you if you want to be a dick, you know what I mean? I don't care if you're black or white or wear a badge. If you want to be a dick, do something to be a dickhead because of some other kind of privilege you think you've got or prejudice. That's how I work things, you know what I mean? And I can sort of be better and laugh in your face. And another tip why you should do these things if you're black or white, so you can laugh in the face of anybody with a badge or anybody the same race as you or anybody with a different race as you. They don't like you because of your views. You can be a step ahead of them and be able to laugh so nobody can tell you you're on crack, you're on drugs, you're some kind of thief you're looking to steal, especially if you have relatives that made a bad name for themselves getting in trouble with drugs and shit. That's another thing. But that's a whole other subject matter I don't want to go on about. But I want to give you guys, whether some of you like me or don't like me, or whether you're whoever you are on the fence, some things that you should consider, you know what I mean? But I still met people halfway with the mask in the right places if I was inside, simply because in jobs I had to do that, remind you guys of that. And hopefully people don't start that mask shit again, you know what I mean? And no other variants can conveniently show up. But